Why are English referees so bad? Hi there, I'm Paul. Welcome back to another video on the Toon Review. And today we're talking about why the referees in England seem to be so bad. We've had incidents over the last few weeks where refereeing decisions have really puzzled everybody, but not just refereeing decisions. These are VAR decisions as well. And you kind of have to put into context, what is VAR actually doing in this country? Is it doing any good? Is it not? The concept of VAR is very good, in my opinion. It should be used quite easily. You look at a decision, you slow it down, and you give the decision. It shouldn't take 3 to 5 minutes at time to get a decision right. What these people should be doing is just making a decision or getting the referee to come across and say, right, ref, we think you've made a mistake, but you come across and have a look on the big screen and see what you think, and then make a decision from there. Now, obviously, Newcastle's decision against Chelsea, the penalty decision, was absolutely farcical. Jacob Murphy having his shirt ripped off his back. The referee's line of sight at the time was poor, which is why he gave a corner. So why aren't VAR stepping in there and saying, right, ref, we think you've made an error. Come and have a look at the screen. There's a clear tug on Jacob Murphy's shirt, which we believe is a penalty. Come and make a decision yourself. But no, nothing. Yet 5-10 minutes later, Timo Werner goes through. And, he looks like he's been brought down by Dubravka, but they go to VAR to check it. I mean, it's absolutely nonsensical. And these people that, the fans of football are now starting to think that this VAR system is just favoured there for the top four. And, why is that not something we should believe? Because, it happened to Everton as well. It's not just Newcastle I'm talking about here. It's the other clubs it's happening to as well when they face the big, these top four or whatever it may be. So you have to look at it that way as well. Everton had a clear penalty last week against Manchester City that wasn't given. It was a clear handball. It was a handball that should have been given in Everton's favour and wasn't. And you can understand why Frank Lampard was so angry after the game. Eddie Howe coming out after the game as well and saying that, it's just a farce. VAR is a farce. But these English referees, I mean, the standard of referee in this country is so poor at the minute. And, you get the Europeans saying, the English referees are the best ones in Europe. And obviously, we as English fans know that that's not the case because the way the refereeing is done in Europe and VAR is run is so much better than what we get in this country. And you have to ask yourself why. Is it complete incompetence? Are these referees not trained properly? Or is it now a time to start bringing in ex-players to run VAR who've been there, done that, know the system, know how the game works inside out? These referees, some of them have played the game at sort of amateur level or whatever it may be, but not professional level in the Premier League. And that's where you have to start asking questions. That's where you have to start saying, right, we need somebody in who is going to run the show, who's going to run the whole show as well. Now, I've mentioned loads of times that I think a man that's we've got Mike Riley at the top of the refereeing structure at the minute. And Mike Riley was a terrible referee in his own. But what I think should happen is there should be a man who comes in and is world-renowned, world-respected for what he does or for what he did. Now, for me, somebody like Kalina, who was an absolutely incredible referee, took no shit from nobody and refereed the game perfectly. Yeah, he made the odd mistake, but who doesn't? The human nature makes the odd mistake. But for somebody like him to come and just totally revamp the English refereeing system, I think would be fantastic. But the FA won't do this. And the FA won't do this because of one reason. They don't want to seem embarrassed that they need help from other countries. The FA are very stubborn in that way. The head of referee and Mike Riley, God knows what they see in him to run the ship because it's a joke right now. It is a joke, and it is ruining football. It's completely ruined the game over here. Because week in, week out, we are seeing disgraceful decisions, whether it be on the pitch made by the referee or VAR. None of them can get it right. So where does the answer come from? The answer comes from maybe getting ex-players to come into a role with the FA to oversee VAR. Don't get the referees involved in VAR. Use the referees on the pitch. For me, VAR would be very, very much better run by, ex-players sitting there monitoring the situation, who've been there and done that and know the game inside out. No bias to any teams, obviously, but I think, these ex-players would love an opportunity to do something like that. It keeps them in the game as well. If they haven't gone on to coaching and management, there's an option for the ex-players to get involved in the game still. So why not? Why not give them that opportunity? It just seems like a really straightforward decision to give these players the opportunity to stay in football in a very, very important role, than what it is to give these referees, these absolute clueless people sitting behind a screen of VAR who make decisions or do not make decisions. Because Sunday's game, that referee should have been informed by VAR that there was they believe he's made a mistake. They believe there's a penalty incident. Come and have a look at the screen. Because if they'd done that, David Coote goes to the referee. He has no choice. If he goes to that screen, he has absolutely no choice but to award a penalty. So where do we go? Let me know in the comments below what you think. How do we get around this refereeing and VAR situation? Because for me, it's just a farce right now. But it'd be very interesting to see what you guys think. How do we improve the referee and how do we improve VAR? Because VAR is a good thing for me if it's done properly. European Championships in the summer last year, brilliant on VAR, absolutely superb. But it wasn't run by these absolute buffoons. It was run by people who know what they're doing. So, where do we go? But leave a comment and let me know what you think. If you have enjoyed the video, guys, as usual, please do hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, you like what you see, please consider subscribing. Something like 250 away from 10,000 now, which is incredible for this channel. Thank you so much for that. You can find us on the Facebook as well. If you look for the Toon Review on Facebook, we have a group there. Just click join, and myself or one of the admin will bring you into the group. Make sure you do agree to the rules, though, of the group before you join. And you can find us on Instagram as well. And a massive shout out to our sponsors, of course, Geordie Riffs, premium guitar shop based here in the Northeast, offering 10% off your first setup or 10% off your first repair. They do have a recording studio there as well. First lesson free of charge as well if you quote them the Toon Review. You can find them at geordieriffs.co.uk, at Geordie Riffs on Instagram, and at Geordie Riffs Official on Facebook. I believe that is their pages, so go and check them out, guys, and thank you for their continued support. But thank you very much for taking your time to watch the video. I'll catch you soon. Take care.